Bollywood is quite famous for distorting the history and manipulating the truth just to create a narrative against the Hindu and to glorify their favorite Muslim invaders. But now people are quite aware of it, and that is why they are running away from the Bollywood movies. But like they say, old habits die hard. Bollywood doesn't seem to learn any lesson from the people's boycott movement. And again, they are coming up with another series which is actually distorting the history just to whitewash the misdeeds of their favorite Muslim invaders. Sanjay Leela Bhansali, the so-called master storyteller of Bollywood, is coming up with a new series called Heeramandi. And according to him, Heeramandi was a beautiful world. The same world where thousands of Hindu women were forced to become prostitutes, first by Mughals and then by Ahmad Shah Abdali. Heeramandi, the diamond market in Urdu, is a place in the city of Lahore in now Pakistan. Heeramandi was named by Maharaja Ranjit Singh after the name of one of his ministers, Heera Singh Dogra, who had set up a sabzi mandi at the same place. In Mughal era, Heeramandi was known as Shahi Mohalla. It was started by Mughals as a place for concubines or tawaifs. Now, who were these tawaifs? They all were Hindu women, but not just any Hindu woman. Kathak, one of the 8 major forms of Indian classical dances, just like Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, Kathakali and others. They all were temple dances and used to perform inside the temples to worship deities and to tell the stories from various Hindu scriptures. Hence, they all were sacred and dances were divine. Kathak originated from Uttar Pradesh, and during Bhakti movements, it used to narrate the story of Bhagwan Krishna. But when Mughal arrived, they started forcing these divine Kathak dancers to perform in their court for their amusement. And over the time, they converted these divine Kathak dancers into their sex slaves. There was an entire ecosystem that used to bring innocent girls from different parts of the country and used to push them in this trade. And that is why most of the Kathak dancers ended up being tawaif in kothas during Mughal era. So, Kathak that used to narrate the story of Bhagwan Krishna was reduced to a dance of tawaif to entertain the Mughal rulers. Mughals transformed these dancers into prostitutes and the profession into the sex slavery. I know this is already highly outrageous and painful, but let me give it a little more disgusting depth. We all know that Mughals and other Muslim invaders destroyed thousands of Hindu temples out of hatred and to just humiliate the Hindus. Now superimpose this hatred and intention of humiliation in this case, where a sacred, divine Kathak dancers who were directly connected to temples and Hindu gods were forcefully converted into prostitutes for eternity. When Sanjay Leela Bhansali was questioned for his half-baked research work about the history of Heeramandi, he replied that research work is boring for him. He sounded like those monstrous Mughal, isn't it? Remember, Sanjay Leela Bhansali is a Hindu, and we all know that famous quote about Hindu given by Veer Savarkar. Do not think that Bollywood is silent when questions are raised about the authenticity of Heeramandi. The whole Bollywood PR machinery has started working to promote this lie and to hide the ugly truth. Many PR-sponsored articles has already written in different media platforms. Let me give you an example of one such article which is written in Delhi O. But before that, let me give you some articles which is published in Delhi O in the past. Emperor Akbar, not Mahatma Gandhi, is the father of our nation. How Hindu woman came to tie a rakhi to a Mughal emperor. Truth about whether Hindus were forced to convert to Islam during Mughal rule by Rumila Thapar. What makes Akbar great and not Maharana Pratap? How led by Mughals, Hindu and Muslims together fought the war of 1857. So, I hope it's quite clear what this portal is all about. Now, let's find out who has written this article. Muhammad Bilal. Cute, isn't it? Now, first thing first, In the whole article, they have not mentioned Hindu women even once. Actually, they have mentioned that women were brought to the Shahi Mohalla from Afghanistan and Uzbekistan, and that too just for singing, dancing, and to entertain Mughals. As a matter of fact, they have blamed Britishers in the article to convert the entertainer into prostitutes. So basically, they have shifted the blame on the Britishers. Remember, there is the standard style of leftist liberal ecosystem to shift the blame on Britishers whenever any ugly truth about the Mughals come out in the light. For example, in the case of destruction of Hindu temples by Mughals, Rumila Thapar always says that it is just the conspiracy created by Britishers to create the Muslim-Hindu divide. But do not think that leftist liberals are against Britishers. They are just more loyal towards the Mughals, but always goes against the Hindus. However, that article do mention the Tawaf tradition, which was started by Mughals in Shahi Mohalla. But according to the article, they were not prostitutes. But in reality, they were highly sophisticated, prominent and empowered women to whom young Mughals used to come to learn tehzeeb. This version of Tawaf has been promoted by Bollywood since long time. Bollywood has made several movies showing Tawafs as some kind of strong, independent and influential women, ignoring their real dark world. Sanjay Leela Bhansali is also not glorifying the prostitution for the first time. He already have done it in Gangubai Kathiawadi, where Alia Bhatt's character was portrayed and projected like some kind of messiah. But in reality, it was not only a distorted fact, but also glorification of a woman having a criminal background. There can be two reasons for all this. First, whitewashing the Mughals' misdeed. As Tawaf culture was started by Mughals, and we know in secular India, everything related to Mughals should be glorified. The second reason is glorification of prostitution. And this is more dangerous, as Mughals were past, but glorification of prostitution is present, and it is going to impact our future. The whole ecosystem, media, art industry, and even judiciary has been promoting this glorification of prostitution since longest of the time, and their end target is legalization of prostitution.